A very good morning and good evening to all the participants. What are we going to see in today's session? In today's session, I would like to discuss about how we can control what data can be accessed by what users. So let me take one business scenario, and based on the business scenario, I will explain how to control data based on users' role. So basically what we're going to see in today's session. Suppose say there are two users, user 1 and user 2. And here we have user 2. Now, in an analytic view, where you have company code related data. Now, what is my requirement? My requirement is the company code related data, which is 1000, Germany, should be accessed by the user 1. And the company code data, that is 3000, should be accessed by user 2. Now, how can we get access company code 1000 to user 1? And how can we get access to 3000 to the user 2? So let me show you how we can do this on system. So I'll click on Start, click All Programs, click SAP HANA, and click on HANA Studio. So once we click on HANA Studio, let me log in and try to access any analytic view. Let us try to access any analytic view. So I'm logging into system. So once I log into system, so here I'm trying to access the system. So once I try to access the system, so here you can see catalog and content. What is the catalog? Once you expand the catalog, and here you see content, expand the content. A content is a collection of package. So here at the content, you can see different packages. So once let us go to any of the package. I'll go to any of the package. Once you expand, let me double click on this analytic view. Once I double click on the analytic view, now here, let me drag and drop this company code into this star join. Let us link this company code. Let us link this company code BUKRS to BUKRS. Click on the start join. click on the semantics, click validate, and click save and activate. So now, here now you can see AN underscore PA underscore actual. So here we can see AN underscore PA underscore actual. Let us right click on AN underscore PA underscore actual and click data preview. Once you click on data preview, click on raw data. Once you click on raw data, now please see participants. Here I am going to drag and drop view carriers. And here I am going to drag VV010. Here once I click on tables. So here you can see data related to some company codes over here. Here we can see data related to some company codes. Now, so let me right click on this package, click new, click on the analytic privilege. So what is an analytic privilege? Analytic privilege is used to control what data you would like to access. Click on the analytic privilege. So once you click on the analytic privilege, let me give a name for this, ANP underscore company code 1000. Provide the label. Take the type as classic analytic privilege. So once you select classic analytic privilege and click finish, click next. Once I click next, let us go to the package S4 master data 009. Expand this package. So here we can select AN underscore PA underscore actual. Click add. So here is the analytic view. So here you have the analytic view and click finish. So once you click finish, please see participants. Once you click finish, so here we can see associated attribute restrictions and restrictions for the selected attribute. Now what we're going to do. So what we're going to do here. So click on add. Please see, I selected this analytic view. Once we select this analytic view, now here we need to click add. So once you click add, now here you can see the company code BUKRS. Click OK. Now here you can see the BUKRS. For this company code called BUKRS, click add. So please see, same thing I'm trying to do. So this is the company code, analytic view, attribute view, column BUKRS equal to which value. So let us click here. So which value we would like to restrict, company code 1000, and click OK. Okay, friends. So here we have company code 1000. What I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to associate this company code 1000 to an analytic privilege. So inside an analytic privilege, what I'm trying to do, I'm creating an analytic privilege wherein I'll say when you use this analytic privilege, we'll only able to access this company code 1000. Now this analytic privilege, I'm going to assign to a role. We're going to assign to a role. And this role will be assigned to the user. Please see. let us go back. So what we are trying to do, now I am trying to design an analytic privilege. Let us go back to HANA Studio. Click the Save and Validate and click Save and Activate. Select the request and click Finish. So all the participants okay until here, or you would like me to explain again? All the participants okay? The next thing here is we need to create so the next thing that we need to do is we need to create a role. So to create a role, I'll close the content. I'll expand the security. So let us expand the security. Let us expand the security. So here we can see the role. Right click on the role, click new role. So once we click on new role, excuse me, sorry for that. So once you click on the new role, so here we can see system privilege, object privilege, analytic privilege, package privilege, and so on. Now, what package I would like to restrict to? This is the package S4 master data 009. So click on this plus icon, enter S4 master data 009, S4 master data 009. I'm just trying to find S4 master data 009. Please see participants. So here you can see there are two things. One is a root package and the other one is the package itself. What is the meaning of root package? When we select root package, it means that you have access to all the packages. So when you have access to all the packages, it's called as root package. Now when you only want a specific package, we select S4 master data 009. Click OK. Once you click OK, so here you can see the package. Once you see the package over here, click repo_read, edit, activate, and maintain. Read, to read from the package, edit, to edit from the package. Now, if you want to edit any objects, you use edit, activate. In order to activate objects inside the package, and maintain. Either you would like to read, edit, activate, maintain, we need to select these options. Click on the analytic privilege. Click on the plus icon. Excuse me. So in here what we need to give? In here we need to give ANP underscore company code underscore 1000. ANP underscore company code underscore 1000. So let us select this ANP company code underscore 1000. So here we can see S4 master data 009 underscore ANP company code underscore 1000 and click OK. So this is nothing but analytic privilege. Click on object privilege. Once you click on the object privilege, click on the plus icon, So once you click on the plus icon, so here you can see object privilege. Excuse me, participants. So here you can see the object privilege underscore sys underscore BIC. Underscore sys underscore BIC is the name of the schema. Select the schema, click OK, click plus icon again, search for another schema underscore sys underscore BI, scroll to the bottom, underscore sys underscore BI, this I'm trying to search for underscore sys underscore BI. I'm trying to search. One minute, participants. So here we have underscore sys underscore BI and BIC. Underscore sys underscore BI and BIC, and click OK. Now once you click to underscore sys underscore BI and BIC, so here we can select and execute. So I'm trying to read data. So we require the select privilege and we require an execute privilege. And execute and select. So underscore sys underscore BIC to read all time related tables. And underscore sys underscore BIC is to request all the column views. Now click on the plus icon again. Now let me give this repo. So let us, in order to access the repository, we need to select repository underscore rest. So select repository underscore rest, click OK, give execute privilege. So here you have underscore sys underscore BI, sys underscore BIC, and here we're giving repository underscore rest as an execute privilege. And now coming to the system privilege. System privilege is used to control what access you would like to. System privilege is used to control what options you would like to give to the role. For example, I would like to give catalog underscore read, creating schema, for example. You'd like to give data underscore admin. If you'd like to transport, export, import. So like this you can give the required system privileges. And finally, let us give the role name, get sales underscore manager. Underscore Germany. So here we're giving the role name of the role, catalog read, create schema, data underscore admin and import. And finally, click deploy. Now the role has been created. Now you can see the role has been created over here. So once this is done, so what is the next thing that we need to do? So once this is done, now we need to assign this to a user. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a new user. Click on new user. Once you click on new user, let us give the name for the user. Let us give the password. So let us click on granted roles, provide the role name, jet sales _ manager _ Germany, and click OK. So once you click OK, now what we need to do, now click on deploy. So once you click on deploy, now here I added the user called John. So once I add the user called John, now what we'll do, let us right click on the system, click add system with a different user, provide the username and password, and click finish. Provide the old password, and click OK, and click OK, and click finish. System got hung. So once you click OK, now here we can see the John user is logged into system. Now once I expand the content, so here you can see only one package called S4 master data 009. Expand. Now here we can see this analytic views. Now once I right click on this analytic view, click data preview. Once I click on data preview, now please see participants. When I click on raw data, now when I go to the company code 1000, I can go to the company code. Now please see participants. So here you can see for the company code 1000. Now when I right click on this, click distinct values. So how many company codes data here we can see? Only for company code 1000. But if I go to the best user, expand the content, go to the package, go to the package S4 master data 009, expand the analytic views. Let us right click on the package, click data preview, click on raw data, go to the company code 1000. So here you have, let us right click on this, click distinct values. Now here you can see there are different company codes like 1000, 3000, 2400, 2500, 6000 and so on. Okay participants? Okay all the participants? So my requirement is, we are getting different currencies from the source. So you're getting different currencies like INR, GBP, USD and so on. Now what is my requirement? My requirement is based on the user input. When user input, based on the user input, it needs to change the currency when the user is trying to input at the runtime. Now suppose say user input euros. So based on the user input, it needs to calculate exchange rates for all the source currencies and give the value based on the target currency. So how can we achieve this? Now, in SAP HANA, we have different currency related tables. First of all, we need to transfer these currency related tables from SAP to SAP HANA. So how can we transfer these currency related tables? Using data services. So first what I will do is, we need to transfer all the currency related tables from SAP to SAP HANA. So I log into data services. So let us log into data services. Click start, click all programs, click SAP data services 4.2 and click data services workbench. Once I click, now let us log into data services workbench. The username is best and provide the password W capital welcome 123 and click log on. Now I'm logging into data services workbench. Now we need to import tables based on the business requirement. So participants, how do we import tables? Using a data store to SAP data services repository. So the next thing that we need to do is import the repository. So double click on SAP system. Click on tables. Click on the second icon and let us enter the table TCURR. Yes, I'm trying to import few currency tables. Click finish. Click on the plus icon. TCURV. Again. TCURN. TCURX. TCURV. 1 minute. TCURM. TCURF. So these are a few of the currency tables that I'm trying to import to SAP HANA. So let us click save. So once you click save, so what is going to happen once you click save? It's going to import to repository. Click save. Expand SAP. Expand tables. I think we have few more tables. TCU. Few more tables I need to import. TCU. RW. TCURT. And click save. So once I click save, now I imported about 9 tables. So these are different tables. Now we need to transfer these tables from SAP to SAP HANA system. So what I'm going to do, I click on the project, click new, click on replication job. Let's give the name for the job, provide the description, and click finish. So once we click finish, select the required tables, drag and drop into the replication job, expand, select, and now here you have target data store. Click on this, select SAP HANA, click OK. The target owner is best. Finally, click on validate. Validation is successful. Click close and click execute and click yes, and finally click finish. Now once we transfer these tables, see, now these are the number of records it transferred to various tables from SAP system to HANA system. Now, what is the next step? The next step is to start the conversion. Let us go back to HANA Studio. What I'll do is I'll scroll to the top, expand the system, expand the catalog. Let us go to the best schema, expand the schema, right click on tables, expand the tables. Let us search for any table, click on filter. Let me search for a table called TCURR, click whole word and click OK. Let's select the table, right click on the table and open data preview. Now here we can see the output of the data preview. Now, so once this is done, what is the next step? Data is transferred. Close the catalog, right click on content, click new, click on the package, provide the name for the package, click OK. So once I click OK, expand the content. Let us go to the package CURR. Let us right click on the package, click new, click on, excuse me. So now let us click on this, or what we'll do is instead of again creating a new one, just I would like to copy paste any existing one. Let me use this AV underscore PA underscore actual. Let us right click on this, open data preview. Let us click on data preview. Click on data preview, raw data. Okay, this is working fine. So what I'll do, I'll just copy this, click copy, scroll to the bottom, right click on the currency package, click paste, click OK, click OK. Double click on this analytic view. Now let us click on validate and click on save and activate. Select the request and click finish. So once you click finish, the data model is activated. Now please see participants. Now here when you go to the data foundation, when you click on this find icon, here you'll find a column called WAERS. Or sorry, it's FRWAE. Now what is FRWAE? FRWAE is nothing but foreign currency. So I'm just trying to highlight this column. Why am I trying to highlight? Let us right click on the column. Please see participants. Click apply, click show list of values. Please see, do you find there are different currencies, USD, Japanese yen, British pounds, euros, and so on. So this is nothing but foreign currency. So what is my requirement, participants? I would like to see data, the incoming data, based on different currencies. So I'll go back. So here I can see data in different currencies. Now what I'm going to do is, excuse me. So here I'll select VV is 0, VV is 010. I'll click find for VV010. Just try to find for VV010. VV010 is nothing but gross revenue. I'm trying to highlight this column. Select the column. Please see, participant, this is nothing but gross revenue. Now here we are at the data foundation. Click on star join data foundation. Select this column VV010. Make this column as a measure. So how do you make it as a measure? Why are we supposed to make it as a measure? Amount and quantity related data. Click on semantics. Click on validate. Now here you can see this is a measure now. Click on start join. Select the measure. Please see, participants. Here you can see there's a property called the semantic type. Click on excuse me. Click on the semantic type. At the semantic type, let us select amount with currency code. And here you can see, once you click on this conversion, once you check this conversion, all the options are highlighted. Now what we need to do over here, so here, we need to use schema for currency conversion. What is the source currency? What is my target currency? Exchange type, conversion date, exchange rates, and so on. So here we need to use schema for currency conversion. Click on this icon. Once you click on this icon, so it is asking, what do you mean by schema for currency conversion? What does it mean? It means that all the currency related tables is stored in that particular schema. DC participants, it means that whatever the tables that we just replicated, all these tables are available in which schema? In a schema called best. Now please see, participants, do you see here the best schema? Or you can see, you can check out any other schema. So let us select this schema, the best schema. Click OK. Now here it is asking client for currency conversion, whether you would like to use a cross client or a session client. So how do you know whether it is a session client or a cross client? Please see, participants. Click on this. If you want to give a fixed client, you can give a fixed client over here. Just you need to type over here 800. Or if you want to give a session client, dynamically it can recognize. How it can recognize dynamically? This is already hard coded at the user level. So click OK. Source currency. So what is my source currency? From which column all the incoming sources are coming from? FRWAE. So I'll click on this. What we need to select? Select the column. What is the name of the column? FRWAE. From this is the column from where I'm getting all the source currencies. Click OK. Target currency. Again, click on this icon. Now what is the target currency? Target currency, I'm selecting this as input parameter. Why am I giving input parameter? Participants, I want to give input based on the user input. It needs to calculate exchange rate based on the user input. So how do I create this input parameter? Now where are all these source currencies? In which column? FRWAE. In here, this is the source. What we want to create input. What you want to input, for example, euro. When I enter euro, it will calculate the exchange rates based on the source and display them in one uniform currency. So here you're trying to display them in one uniform currency based on variable source currencies. Based on variable source currency. Okay, participants, is this okay? So we're trying to input currency. Once the user input currency, it is going to calculate exchange rates. For example, what is the exchange rate? Suppose say user enter INR. Let's say user enter INR. 1 INR is equal to 70 USD. It's going to calculate the exchange rate at the runtime of the user execution. So currency conversions are something very complex calculations. But even though for such a complex calculation, system calculates on demand. Please see participants, I'll go back. There are no input parameters. Cancel this. I'll even cancel this one. I'll come back to the screen again. Here we can see input parameters. Right click on the input parameter, click new, give the name IP underscore currency, provide the label. So once you provide the label, so here we can see semantic type. The semantic type is currency and data type, I'll take it as nvarchar. Length is 10 and click OK. So once I click OK, so here I created a input parameter called IP underscore currency. Now I'm going to use this. Let me select this again. Let me make semantic again. Click on amount with currency code. Click on conversion. Schema for conversion. I selected the best schema. Click OK. Client for currency conversion. Source currency. Source currency FRWAE. Click OK. Target currency based on input parameter. IP underscore currency. Click OK. Exchange type. Click on the exchange type. What exchange type would you like to use? I would like to use the standard translation at average rate. I'm using standard translation at average rate and click OK. Finally, click OK. So once you click OK, see participants, I enable VV010 with currency conversion. Now, let us click validate and click save and activate. What we do is, this is the one. Let us right click on this. Okay, participants, I would like to do one more thing. How would I show difference between the original and the converted? In order to show the difference to participants, what I'm going to do is, I'll go back, click find for VV01, VV010, right click on this, click add to the output. So why am I taking the same column again, participants? Because I would like to show the difference to the participants. How the currency conversion, with currency conversion and without currency conversion. So click on semantics, click validate, click save and activate. This is _1 is without and VV010 is with. Let us click on data preview. Click on data preview. Now please see, participants, it is asking to enter the currency. So what currency I would like to take, for example? I'm entering USD. So what is my requirement over here? All the source currencies, whatever the source currencies that we have here, should be converted to target currency. What is that? USD. So I'll go back, enter USD, click OK. And now what we need to do, let us drag and drop FRWAE. Once we drag and drop FRWAE, click on table. Now please see, participants, here you can see there are different currencies over here. Now I'll drag and drop VV010. What is VV010? This is original currency. So here you can see all this is original currency. Now what is going to happen? USD to USD will remain same. USD to USD will remain same because source and target is same. Now all the other should convert to USD. For that, I'll just drag and drop VV010. Now please see, participants, because the source and target is same, USD and USD, but all the other currencies should change. You see, USD is same. Now Japanese yen converted to USD, British pounds converted to USD, euros converted to USD, Canadian dollar. So basically, when you click on show log, double click on generate SQL. Please see, participants, what it is showing you here, there is a placeholder. Now I'm giving the USD. The source in target is same. That's why it is showing USD to USD, but all the other currencies have been converted. Now let's say, for example, I'll take euros. So let me click refresh. Instead of USD, I'll take euro. Click OK. Now this time, see, participants, euro to euro is same, and now USDs got converted to euros. USD. So this is original, and this is converted. So let me show you the assignments for today's session. So if you go to the Dropbox, let us go to the assignments. Let us go to set 2. Let us go to assignments. Let us go to PC participants. Here you can see privileges. Double click on privilege. Here you can see double click on analytic privilege. So here you can see all the step-by-step process. It's about a 41-page document. I created a step-by-step process on how we have to use analytic privilege. Okay, participants. So here, participants, in here you have implementing currency conversion in a calculation view. So I just would like to start with the certification questions. So for the topics that we have completed until now, I would like to take a question and discuss these questions very detailedly. So let me open the certification questions. So I'm trying to open the certification questions, participants. Yes, I'm trying to discuss few questions over here. So question number 1, what is the functionality of an aggregation node in a calculation view? So what can we do inside an aggregation? So below to this option, you can see there's something called aggregation type. So participants able to hear me? Because just I receive a message, participants not able to hear me. Is everything okay, participants? Okay, thank you. So here you can see aggregation type is sum. So what is the question here, participants? Please see. What is the functionality of an aggregation node in a calculation view? It calculates sum, minimum, maximum values for a selected column. It provides the grouping of filter criteria. It provides the deeper control over which columns are totaled. It determines the output structure of the calculation view. So participants, what does an aggregation node in a calculation view do? An aggregation node, it calculates sum, minimum, maximum values for a selected column. It provides the deep control over which totals are totaled, which columns are totaled. So here you can see sum, minimum, maximum values, and it can control which columns can be totaled. So what is the right answer for this question? The right answer for this question is A and C. A and C is the right answer. Minimum, maximum values and deep control over which columns are totaled. Now, question number 2. Which of the following is included in a rapid deployment solution, RDS, implemented on an SAP HANA? So what is included inside RDS? Inside RDS, what do you have? We have guides and education materials. We have a mix of on-site and off-site consulting. A mix of on-site and off-site consulting. And we also have best practices and templates. So what an RDS can provide? So first of all, what is RDS? RDS is nothing but a quick way to implement the solution. RDS is nothing but it's a quick way to implement a solution. Now this solution, how can you implement the solution? Guides and education materials. Now these are predefined solutions provided by SAP. All these are predefined solutions that are provided by SAP. These solutions are available in service.sap.com. All the solutions are available in service.sap.com. We need to download this RDS from service.sap.com. we need to import this to the HANA Studio. So how can you import to the HANA Studio? Please see participants. Go to the HANA Studio. In here, click File, click Import. Here you have delivery unit, developer mode. If you select the delivery unit, click Next, select the system, click Next, click on Client, click Browse. Please see these are some of the RDS over here. HCO, HBA, ECC. So this is one RDS. Double click on this. Once you double click on this, this is nothing but RDS. So inside the RDS or TC participants, here you have different data models. All these are different data models that you can see here. So all that you need to do is, first we need to transport objects. Once the HANA transport is completed, using the delivery unit, we can import these objects. So SAP gives them in the part of delivery units. And click Finish. Once you click Finish, the job will be running in the background and the solution will be imported to HANA. Now, if you see in the Dropbox also, TC participants, I placed some RDS in the Dropbox. Let me show you some RDS from the Dropbox. If you go to the Dropbox, go to Common Material, Set 1, Set 2. So here, if you see here, this is HANA RDS. If you go inside the RDS, and here you see RDS documents. Who provides all these documents? These documents are everything provided by SAP. Okay, participants. So for this question, what is the answer? Guides and education materials they provide, a mix of on-site and off-site consulting, and SAP best practices and templates. So all these three are provided for the second question. Question number 3. You want to enable the end user to decide at runtime how to restrict the data in the information model. Which of the following do you use? Input parameter we cannot use because it can do additional calculations. Filters are only on the table level. And here you cannot use restricted measures. Restricted measures is used to restrict a particular attribute value or a particular measure. In restricted measures, you have attributes as well as measures. And finally, the answer is variable. Variable can restrict data at the runtime of the user query. You want to create a sales analysis by combining your customer master data with your transactional sales data. You want to create a sales analysis by combining your customer master data with transactional sales data. How do you model your data to ensure best performance? So to ensure best performance, how can we model? Model the transaction data in the data foundation of an analytic view. Model master data in the data foundation of an attribute view. Join both in the logical join of an analytic view. model transaction data in the projection node of a calculation view, model master data in the projection node of simply C. So basically, it's very simple answer, but this lengthy question, what is it is asking here? We want to do sales analysis. How do you create customer master? And how do you model transactional sales data? It's a very simple question, please see. This answer is very, very lengthy. Customer master data with transactional sales data. So this is transaction data and this is master data. What it is trying to do is trying to combine. Where you can do this, model transaction data in the data foundation of an analytic view. Model master data in the data foundation of an attribute view. Join both in the logical join of an analytic view. Okay, participants. Model transaction data in the data foundation of an analytic view. Model master data in the data foundation of an attribute view. Join both in the logical join of an analytic view. Please see, participants. I'll go back, expand the attribute views, double click on the attribute view. What is this, participants? We are doing data modeling as the data foundation of an attribute view. So this is the data foundation of an attribute view. What is the next thing that you can see here? Join both in the logical join of an analytic view. So here we can see join the tables at the data foundation of an attribute view, and then model master data in the data foundation of an attribute view. Now where is this logical join? Where do you find this logical join? So here. So this is called a star join. So what are we doing inside a star join? Inside a star join, we are trying to join attribute views with the center table. We're trying to join the attribute views with the center table. So creating master data in the data foundation of an attribute view, creating transaction data in the data foundation of an analytic view, and join both in the logical join or the star join of the analytic view. Okay, participants. Master data in the data foundation of an attribute view, transaction data in the data foundation of an analytic view, join both in the star join of an analytic view. Okay, let us go to the next question. Let us scroll to the bottom. Question number 5. What must you do to enable the currency conversion with the fixed currency in the analytic view? So in order to do the currency conversion, in order to work on the currency conversion, what should we enable? The question is, what should we enable? Now, if you go to any measure in the HANA Studio, how do we enable the currency conversion? Let me show you. Here we need to go here. The semantic type, click on this icon. So once you click on this icon, we need to select amount with currency code. Once we select the amount with currency code, here we need to select the conversion. So we need to select amount with currency code and finally click on the conversion. So once you enable this, automatically the currency conversion happens. The answer for this question is set enable for conversion option. Create a measure with multiple measure types. Base the target currency on the currency column. Create the target column using input parameters. So the answer is set the enable for conversion option. So in order to enable the currency conversion, what we need to do? We need to go to the HANA Studio. And here we need to set for conversion option. Okay, let us go to the next one. You have created two NLT views for actual and planned financial data each. The data covers for multiple years. You want to display actual data, planned data, and the difference in three separate columns in a report. The difference column is a calculated column, and now the question is how we can model this. So please see participants what he's asking over here. So there are two analytic views. One analytic views data gives about actual, and the other analytic view give data about plan. The data covers for multiple years. So what is the requirement over here? The requirement is you'd like to see for year where you can see actual data, which is VV010, and you would like to see plan data, VV01, 0001, and also you would like to see the difference, which is VV010 minus VV01, 0001. Now, so this here is a year column, and this one is actual, and here you have plan, and here you have difference between actual and plan. So actual, plan, and the difference. So in order to achieve this requirement, how can I achieve this requirement in SAP HANA? So what is asking over here? How can you model this? Create a calculation view, combine the analytic views in a calculation view using a union with constant values. create a restricted column for each year for actual planned columns in each analytic view. Combine the analytic views in a new calculation view using a union. C. Create an analytic view. Combine the analytic views in the new analytic views using a differential join. Create a calculation view. Combine the analytic view in the calculation view using a union. So here you have creating a calculation view, creating a restricted column for each year that is actual and planned columns, creating an analytic view and creating a calculation view. So obviously, in order to achieve this requirement, is only analytic view sufficient? The reason is, inside an analytic view, we cannot request measures from more than one transaction table. Inside an analytic view, we cannot request, we cannot request measures from more than one analytic view. So obviously, we require a calculation view. We require a calculation view. Now, in the option A, combine analytic views inside a calculation view using a union with constant value. TC, again, I'm reading the question. You want to display actual, plan, and their difference in 3 separate columns in a report. And the difference column is a calculated column. So do you think A is the right answer or D is the right answer in this case? Please ignore this answer please ignore this A, because A here is the wrong answer. Because we cannot achieve using union with constant values. When you're using a union with constant values, how can we take the difference column? How can we take the difference column? Because everything is combining in one single column. A difference column, you see the difference in a 3 separate columns in a report. It is 3 separate columns in a report. Okay, participants? All the participants okay? Which task can you perform with the data provisioning in the HANA Studio? So, in order to work on data provisioning in the SAP HANA Studio, which of the following tasks can you perform? Start replication, filter replicated data, apply data transformations, suspend replication of tables. So which task can you perform? So for this question, the right answer, start replication of tables and suspend replication of tables. Now these both are the right answers. Okay, participants? Now let us go to the next question. So all the participants, okay. Which of the following are the characteristics of an operational data mart based on SAP HANA? So the question here is, which of the following are the characteristics of an operational data mart what is operational data mart? Operational versus historical. Operations means at this point of time, what is happening in my business? Operations. So operational data mart, what are its characteristics for an operational data mart? What are the characteristics for an operational data mart? It is based on analytic denormalized data models. It uses real-time replication for time-critical data. It runs directly on top of operational data. It persists transformer data. Which of the following are the characteristics of an operational data mart based on SAP HANA? Okay, the answer is operational data mart is based on denormalized or normalized. So here it is denormalized. Denormalized means for historical. Operational data always stores data in normalized fashion. Operational data uses real time. It uses real-time replication, and it is time critical. It runs directly on top of operational data. Directly it runs on operational data. It persists transformer data. So it do not persist any transformer data. So there is no history. To persist is history. You're trying to persist data, the two transformer data. So this belongs to analytics, denormalized, persisting transformer data and analyzing on history is again analytics. So for operational, it uses real time, it runs directly on operational data. So for question number 9, the answer is B and C. Real time is the characteristic of operational, and running directly or ECC powered by HANA, CRM powered by HANA, SRM powered by HANA, all these systems runs directly on top of operational data. Question number 10. The question to the participants. You would like to authorize a user to select, delete data from a specific column table, and the user should also be able to grant this authorization to the other users. Which privilege do you need to implement? Participants, what is the right answer for this? You see, you'd like to authorize a user to select and delete data from a column table. You'd like to delete data from a column table. So how can you delete data from a column table? Please see. Let me go back. So just I would like to show on the system, because most of the participants requested me to show on the system. Every question that I discuss, I will try to show you on the system. Okay, so where do you find this object privilege? Where do you find this object privilege? Expand the security, expand users, or you can expand roles. Double click on any of the role. Let's select. Double click on any of the role. Once you double click on any of the role, Please see participants. Click on object privilege. Click on plus icon. Enter any table, T001. Enter any table. Select the table. Click OK. Once you click OK, now please see participants. On this table, you would like to authorize a user to select and delete data from a specific column table. The user should also be able to grant this authorization to the other users. Which privilege do you need to implement? System privilege? Object privilege? Package privilege? So because tables can only be selected under object privilege, what is the meaning of analytic privilege? Analytic privilege, we cannot select tables. Package privilege, we can only select packages. System privilege, we can only select system related options. Backup admin, catalog read, and then only this is the place where I can select the table, the catalog object table. So you require a select and you require a delete. Okay, participants. Participants, question number 11. This question, I think participants know the answer. Which information model can you use with measures from multiple fact tables? Which information model do you use with measures with multiple fact tables? When you want multiple fact tables, which information model we use? When you want to access data from multiple fact tables, okay, which information model cannot take multiple fact tables? Fact is nothing but transaction data. We cannot request measures from multiple fact tables. We cannot request measures from multiple fact tables. So which information model is that? Analytic view. Analytic views cannot access data from multiple transaction tables, whereas calculation view can access data from multiple fact tables. So for this, the answer is calculation view. So here we can see which type of connection does direct extractor connection use to transfer data to SAP HANA. So what is DXC? So what is the purpose of DXC? And when should we use DXC? Let me explain. Explain in detail what is the purpose of DXC and when to use DXC. Now, for example, now here we have ECC system. You have an SAP system. So here you have BI, business intelligence, or also called as BW, business warehouse. Now from ECC, from an SAP system, you would like to transfer data. From SAP, you would like to transfer data to BW using data sources. So these are called as data sources. What is a data source? It's a source of data. Now these data sources are classified master data. Now, suppose say data sources hold customer master, material master. They are called as master data sources. Please see, for example, let me go to SAP logon. Let us go to so here you can see these are called as data sources from business content. Data sources are nothing but which provide data to business warehouse. Now if you expand SAP R by 3, if you expand anything that is related to, for example, logistics. So here you can see logistics master data. Let's expand financial accounting. So master data in financial accounting, expand. So these are all account type, ledger, business area. Now this is called as an attribute, and here you have a text. And also we have hierarchy. So what I'm trying to show you is, again, this master data sources are subclassified into attributes, text, and hierarchy. I think most of the participants know what is an attribute. Attributes are something which can give more details about a business entity. So anything that can give more details about a business entity is nothing but an attribute. Text is descriptions in multiple languages. You have the text but in different languages, and then hierarchy. The representation of data in parent and child relationships, like cost center hierarchy, material hierarchy. So what I'm trying to say, we are referring to a question called which type of connection does direct extractor connection used to transfer data to SAP HANA. So what I'm trying to say here is, of these data sources which contain the master data are known as master data sources. Data source containing transaction data are known as transaction data sources. Now, what is the purpose over here? Now we would like to transfer these data sources to HANA system. We would like to transfer to HANA. So previously, these data sources are transferred to BW. The same data source, now you would like to transfer to HANA. Why? Now these systems are optimized for transaction processing, whereas BW systems are optimized for analytical processing. But after the introduction of HANA S4 HANA, it can do both transaction and analytical processing. That is the reason HANA S4 HANA systems are known as OLTAP. It's known as. So what is OLTAP? Online transaction analytical processing. Online, it can do transaction processing as well as analytical processing. So we no more require two systems, one system for transaction and the other system for analytical. Now, what I would like to do now, in order to transfer the data from this system to HANA system, please see what is the question. What what is the connection that is being used to transfer these data sources? So the answer is the connection is HTTP connection. What is the type of connection, participants? To transfer data from this to here, it uses HTTP connection. Now please see, let me go back. For example, let me take some data source. For example, I would like to take something related to business area or chart of accounts. Let me double click on chart of accounts. Let me copy this, create new GUI window, enter the transaction code RSA3, click enter. Now what is RSA3? RSA3 is known as extracted checker. It is to check what kind of data is coming from these data sources. It is to check what kind of data coming from these data sources. So I'll just copy paste it over here and click start extraction. You see there are about 34 data records selected, and click continue, and then output list, double click. So here you can see data coming out of these data sources. Now the question here is again, in order to transfer this data to HANA system, what is the connection? HTTP connection. Now the next question that comes to my mind, where is this HTTP connection created? Where is this? Okay, it uses HTTP connection, but where is this created? Let us go back again. Click on new GUI window, enter the T code, SM59, click enter. Once you click on SM59, please see, participants, HTTP connections to external server. So when you click on create, I'm trying to show you the connection type. The connection type is G, HTTP connection to the external server. It uses this connection to transfer data. Okay, all the participants. So which type of connection does DXC use to transfer data to SAP HANA? The answer is HTTP connection, and this connection is created in the T code SM59, connection type G. The use of this HTTP connection to transfer data from SAP system to SAP HANA system. Okay, so let us go to the next question. Question number 13. Here you have the question. Which of the following can be grouped when multiple schemas exist in SAP HANA database? So what can you group when you have multiple schemas? Let us go back to HANA Studio. So under catalog, now these are known as schema. So a schema is a collection of tables. A schema is nothing but it is a collection of database objects like tables. So what can you group under schema? So let us go to a schema called best. Let's go to a schema called best. Expand the schema. So once you expand the schema, right click on the tables. So in a schema is a collection of database objects like tables. So can you group information models? So where are information models? Do you have under catalog, under schema, or you have under content called packages? So information models are where you close the catalog, expand the content. Under content, information models are grouped under package. So if you expand this, so here when you right click on the package, click new, so here you find these are the information models: attribute view, analytic view, and calculation view. So the second answer is data tables. So database tables can be grouped under schema. Third answer is package. We cannot use packages under content, but schema is under catalog. And then you have users. Users are under security. Users are under security. If you see, go back, please see where are users. They're grouped under security. So under security, users are grouped. So what is the right answer, participants? So information models are under package, packages are under content, users are under security, and database tables are under schema. Okay, let us go to the next question. So here answer is D. Question number 14. How can you import information models into SAP HANA using the quick launch view? So the question is, how can we import information models? But why should we import? What is the purpose of importing information models? Please see. Importing can be done for several objects. So the answer for this question is D. Let us go to the next question. Sorry, excuse me. Question number 15. Which of the following describes SAP HANA Analytic View? Now, what is an analytic view? How do you define an analytic view? So what is the definition of an analytic view? Analytic views are multi-dimensional views based on star schema. Analytic views are multi-dimensional views based on star schema. At the center, having the transaction data surrounded by master data. The answer for this question, it is a set of tables joined together in a star schema. The answer is, it is a set of tables joined together in a star schema. Thank you all the participants to attend today's session. I'll see you in the next session. Thank you.